Though, of course, I have to admit that this room and this meeting is not quite as grand as the Labour Party launch with Mr. Blair last week, but then again, they, of course, benefit from foreign donations very much more than we do. Whilst this is the Welsh launch, I must say one or two words about the national situation, because it would be difficult for people not to realise that over the course of the last week, things have not necessarily always been plain sailing for this party. We face a court case, we're not sure when, but it could be fairly imminent, whereby the Electoral Commission will take the UK Independence Party to court seeking the confiscation of over £250,000. And there have been many newspaper reports, is UKIP about to go under, is UKIP about to go bankrupt, and we can't possibly launch into this Welsh campaign with perhaps first not dealing with that question. I want to make it absolutely clear that this piece of legislation was designed to stop foreign and anonymous donors having an undue influence over British politics. Mr. Alan Bown, who's been the biggest donor that this party's ever had, is neither a foreign donor, and he most certainly is not anonymous. Alan gave the party money in 2003, 2004, 2005 and 2006. He was on the electoral register for all of those years except for 2005. And that was due to a simple clerical error. So here we have an electoral commission who have done absolutely nothing as far as the Cash for Honours scandal is concerned, who have allowed the Liberal Democrats to accept £2.4 million from a man who is now in prison, and the vehicle through which he gave the money, a limited company that was at the time inactive in the United Kingdom, despite the fact that's completely against the rules. Yet in the case of the Labour Party, in the case of the Liberal Democrats, the Electoral Commission did not act. And in January, they came under a fairly sustained public attack from the Committee on Standards in Public Life, who questioned whether the Electoral Commission, frankly, was worth keeping. So what they have done is they have decided to kick the smallest boy in the playground, that being UKIP. They have decided to try and interpret the law literally, as opposed to understanding what the spirit of the legislation is and totally ignoring the government's guidance notes when the legislation first came in, which, I repeat, was to stop foreign and anonymous donors having an undue effect over British politics. And that is a situation that we currently find ourselves in. Now, I'd be the first to admit that whilst our finances are healthy, and unlike the other parties, we don't have millions of pounds of outstanding loans, nor do we have £250,000 sitting freely in our bank accounts, which we'd be happy to hand over to Gordon Brown at short notice. But I have two things to say to those that speculate whether this will be the end of UKIP. The first is this: we do intend to fight that court case. We do believe that the way in which the Electoral Commission have acted is entirely disproportionate to the minor clerical error that Alan Bown and UKIP have made. And secondly, we will, by Monday of next week, have sought indemnity against that potential loss. And we're talking to private backers of the party at the moment, who by Monday will have said to us, even if the worst case scenario occurred, even if you were extraordinarily to lose that case and to lose the appeal, we will make sure that the money is there. So we're going to fight, we're going to stand up and take on the Electoral Commission, but even if we were to lose, we have got the money, it's being organised, and this party, far from going bankrupt, is about to go on from strength to strength.